All right, hi again everybody. John from Wood Buckle Solutions coming back to you with another solution for garage storage. This time we'll be using the wood rail system. I mentioned last time the idea of a cantilever system. So this time we're going to talk about the wood rail. Now I'm still utilizing cantilever design. In fact, in this case the owner was just seeking a heavyweight durable shelf to store bins and other kinds of materials up high. So the same type of cantilever design was set up. Again, based on top of the foundation wall and then leveraged at the top with blocks attached directly to the joists up in the ceiling. And everything in a garage or in an area, a closet, should be on wheels or up on the walls. Otherwise, it's immovable and just bit by bit you begin throwing. So it's already happening and it's only been a few days. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean this out of here. And instead of the cantilever system before, where we were using full 2x4s for a heavyweight, a wood rail system. So this is the wood rail system, a lot like what you might see in a Home Depot or a home improvement store. Again, where you have rails that your brackets can then attach to. We're going to do something like that here, but again, it's going to be done in a nice wood finish. And I think you'll really like the hooks that we're using. They're from Tornado, and I find them to be awesome looking on the wall and very, very functional. So we're going to get busy now, taking the actual wood rails that have already been pre-cut and drilled and begin assembling them onto the wall. So what you should see next is the preparation of the materials that was happening earlier today. Boom. You can see between each of the rails that I'm utilizing 2x4 blocks to appropriately space each of the rails. That's important because the brackets that I'll be attaching later on, they need to fit through that gap. Now, I bought brackets that when turned sideways are the same width as a 2x4, so it'll make it easier for setting up each of the hooks on the wall. Now, I was recently asked why it is that I drive the screw into the wall and then pull it all the way out and drive it back in again. And that has to do with not utilizing a pilot hole. I don't drill a pilot hole and then drive the screw into the wall. It's an added step, and working with pine, it's really not as necessary. However, it means that you don't get a tight fit of the wood that you're working on and the background, their substrate. So literally as you drive the screw in, it takes a couple of rotations for it to pierce the next layer, and that actually lifts the board off of the surface. So in order to get it to really fit snug, you have to take the screw all the way back out and then drill it in the hole you just created, and that gets a nice tight fit. Okay, so normally I would use standardized hooks that you buy, again, at a large box store, really inexpensive. But for this job, I really want it to pop. I really want it to jump off the wall. So I'm going to use tornado hooks. Now these are designed to use with a drywall, say without a stud or something, just straight into the drywall. Normally works great. In this particular market, they use a really thin drywall, and so I wouldn't recommend mounting these without some sort of a stud. In this case, we're mounting it right into the multi-layer plywood, the birch top, and I think it'll really jump off the wall. Again, great looking design, great looking hook, very, very strong, and I just think it'll set off the entire wall unit. So we have the wall unit set up, and things are already obviously up on the wall now. You can kind of see there in the background. In addition, though, we want to hang some of the bikes. Now, there are a few bikes in this garage, so I'm not quite sure which ones they most want to get up off the ground. So instead of debating it and adjusting the height, I built an adjustable bike hanger system. The same idea, cantilever system using a post, leveraged up against the wall, bracketed at the top, and resting fully on the foundation wall. But then the idea is, what about the bike racks or the bike holders themselves? Now, typically you'll see something like this at a big box store, right? Something that allows you to hang the cross bar on the bike frame up on the wall, but then it's mounted on your wall. The two problems with that, again, are what if you want to move it? What if somebody really throws a bike on it? What if in disgust because you're so out of shape that in a fit of rage, you throw your bike up against the wall? That you slam it on there or what have you. The idea is that we don't want to do any damage to the wall itself or the drywall. So instead, I mounted the bike rack or the bike holder to a wood block instead, and then created some bracing. Now, what this allows me to do is by adding some holes using a shelf pin jig, or just again creating spaced holes on the 2x4 itself, I'm able to then adjust the heights. So you don't have to make a decision as to exactly where you want that bike holder to be. So let me show you. I'm going to use a cotter pin, a red-handled cotter pin, for safety reasons. That way, when the owner pulls in the garage, if they see the pin in the wall, they'll know the bikes are secured and safe off the ground. But here's how we'll hang it. And there we go. Now we can get this first spike up off the ground. And there you go, first spike hung. All right, so working with the owner over the last couple of days, we've managed to design a great storage system that works for her garage. She herself put up some great touches, adding the mason jars to the wall. And again, that's the great thing about this approach, is that it allows you to continuously build and grow your own storage system using your own theme and not having to rely on purchasing more and more specially made goods. I just encourage everybody, remember, reimagine, reuse some of the pieces you have in your own garage or in your own house. Half the wood here that was used for this project was cull wood, wood that would have either been tossed or used as scrap. So we've managed to repurpose that wood. We've managed to repurpose some of the tools that we would normally buy in the store that we wouldn't have chosen for a project had we bought. So in the meantime, it's John with Wood Buckle. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe.